Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm participating in a Stampendous Blog Hop. It's the 31 Days of Halloween Blog Hop, and it's happening over at the Stampendous Blog, and I'm happy to be participating in this blog hop. This is day 3, and so every day of the month of October there'll be wonderful blog posts using Stampendous products. And so today I get to use this cute little stamp set. It is adorable. It is called Bring to Life. It has some cute little images in here. You have a little doctor, a little Frankenstein, a ghost, a little mummy, and even that little dragon is so cute. So we're going to open this up, do some stamping, and make a project. I'm going to start off taking a piece of white cardstock. I just placed it in my mini Misty here, and we're going to stamp the little mummy and also the little baby Frankenstein. The little baby mummies and baby Frankensteins, they're just too cute. But I'm inking them up with some Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm going to color in my images with my Copic markers. And I did leave the coloring in for you guys. I left the caps out in case you're interested in the colors that I did use. But I'm going to play a little bit of music, and when the music, or actually not when the music's done, but when I'm done coloring, I will get you back. Okay, coloring is all finished, and now I'm just going to take my scissors. I'm going to separate these two guys, and then I'm going to just fussy cut them out. I am going to leave a little bit of a white border, and then once we have our little images cut out, they're so cute. I love cutesy Halloween. I'm not a real scary Halloween kind of a gal, but I love the cutesy, and this was just so cute. Okay, I have a panel here. This panel is 3.5 inches by 4 3/4. And I'm going to take a piece of masking paper. I'm just going to trim it down so it'll cover the entire panel. We're going to do some ink blending, but I wanted to create a moon. I'm going to go through my circle dies, and I found a small circle die. I'm just going to cut out a window in that masking paper. And then this way, that can be my moon. And I just want to place that directly in the center. I'm going to lower it just a bit. Okay, we're going to use actually both pieces of the mask. So we're going to start off with the circle. I was going to peel this one, but we're actually going to use the circle first. I'm just going to remove the release paper off the mask and then place that in the center of my panel, and then that's going to be our moon. Now next I'm going to take a piece of that masking paper. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit, and then using my scissors I'm going to create a heel. And I'm going to use both pieces of this also. So I'll remove the release paper and then place my heel on the bottom. And then this way we can work on our background sky. Now for blending, I'm going to be using my Distress Oxide ink. We're going to start off with the Seedless Preserves. It's a real pretty purple. We're going to go for a purple background today. Now the cardstock that I'm using is the Nina 80-pound cardstock. And I wasn't too concerned about it being a smooth blend, because skies, you can get away with that. Once we have the purple down, we're going to go in with some blue Distress Oxide ink. This is Faded Jeans, and I'm just going to shade in a little bit of blue in that back area. I'm just going to grab my Seedless Preserves blending tool and kind of blend it all together. I'm going to add a little bit of water to activate that ink, give it like a little starry night sky, and I'm going to use my towel to lift up any of the excess water. I did dry it with my heat gun, I just did it off camera. Now I'm going to remove that bottom mask, and I'll take the negative piece and I'm going to place that over the top. But when I place it over the top, I'm going to lower it just a bit. I want a little bit of a white horizon behind my little hillside. And so to create my hill, I'm going to be using more Distress Oxide ink. This is Forest Moss. It's a real deep, like an olivey green color. I thought that would look really pretty. Once you peel the mask away, you can see that we have a nice bright moon, and then we have that little white horizon. Now I'm going to take the original mask we cut out and place it right over my panel, and then we're going to shade in our little moon. I'm using some fossilized amber, and then just to give my moon a little bit of depth and a little bit of dimension, I like to go over one side of my moon with a darker color. This color here is Candied Apple. And then once you remove the mask, your moon looks kind of like it's circular. Well, it is circular, but I mean, it has depth. Now, I get to play with this brand new well, it's not brand new, but it's a brand new to me stencil from Stampendous. Now, I didn't realize, but this stencil is heavy metal, and I absolutely love it. It is called the Leafless Tree Stencil, and I thought this would be great to have in my stash for backgrounds and even for winter scenes. I thought it'd be really pretty. But I'm just taking that leftover masking paper that we used and masking off the branches that I don't want to use. And then I'm going to add some texture paste. This is Ranger's texture paste, and I'm going to darken it up with my black soot distress ink to create a black texture paste. And then I'm just going to go over my stencil using my spatula, getting in all the little nooks and crannies. And since the stencil is metal, it has a little bit more depth than your normal plastic stencils, and I like that because it really creates a nice tree branch in the background. I'm going to carefully lift up my stencil, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove the masking paper off of it, and then I'll clean it up. I did get that little black smudge on the right of my moon, but no worries, because we're going to take that stencil and add another branch on that side. But you see the depth that this gives? I love that effect. That's the one good thing about the metal stencils. Now, I did clean off my stencil really well, just with soap and water. And then I'm going to take another tree branch, making sure that I go over the smudge that I had created. And I'll do the same thing. I'll just take that leftover masking paper and go over my stencil. That way I'm only filling in areas that I want to be shown. And then I'll take some more of my texture paste that we colored in with the black soot and just go over my little tree branch. And the texture is amazing. Now at the end of the video, the camera pictures that I took, I used with a different camera. So it's not my typical YouTube pictures, but I wanted to show you the detail that was in that stencil, so you'll be able to see the look that this gives, because it's just really not picking it up. But I think this turned out so fun. I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is gonna be neat. Okay, now while that's drying, I have another piece of white cardstock here, and we're going to stamp our sentiment. The sentiment for this card, I chose what did I choose? They're so cute. Oh, if you've got it, haunt it. I thought that was so sweet. I'm going to go over it with some clear embossing powder. I'm going to go ahead and melt it. And then I have a lot of Thought Bubble dies in my stash, and so I found one that would fit this sentiment. I'm just going to place it right over the top and kind of center it. I'll tape it down with my purple tape, and I'll run that through my die cut machine. Okay, I took a little coffee break, and now my little panel's dry and everything's cut out, so we're ready to assemble our little scene here. I did take a piece of diagonal striped black and white paper. I just wanted to add something extra just to pull that mummy in. I know that my Frankenstein kind of coordinated with my background, but I wanted something to coordinate with my mummy. So I thought the black and white stripe paper, a little tab on the left would work really good. But I just add some foam tape behind my panel, and we're going to place that in the center of an A2 size card base. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And then for my Frankenstein, I'm going to adhere him directly to my panel. I'm just going to use my tape runner for that. Once we have him adhered and positioned where we want him to go, we're going to go ahead and use some foam squares and pop up our little mummy. We'll just remove the release paper, and then we'll place him right next to our little Frankenstein. So cute. Okay, for the sentiment, I'm going to add some foam behind it, add a little dimension to that, and then I thought, well, I didn't like the rounded corners on the very top, so I actually cut off about 1/4 inch off the top of my sentiment, and I just placed it on the top right of my card base. Now for little bells and whistles, I'm going to grab my star sequins here. They're silver star sequins. I'm going to use my glue, and we'll attach just a few around our night sky there. Next, I'm going to use 2 bottles of Nuvo crystal drops. I have ebony black, and then I have white, simply white. This is how I like to make my little eyeballs. I dot them with the black first, and then if the eyeballs are big enough, I'll just go use the nozzle that's on the simply white, and I'll dot the ebony black to create the little white in the eyes. But these eyes are really little, so I just used one of my pins that I used to unclog my multimedia mat. I used that to dot my little eyes, but it creates nice 3D eyes. But that's my card for today, guys. This was so cute, so fun. I'll be doing more posts for Stampendous, so keep a lookout for those. These are the close-up pictures. They're smaller, but you can see more of the detail in that texture paste. But I wish you a fantastic day. Check it out, the Stampendous blog, guys. Fantastic ideas, fantastic projects, not just cards. And there's also surprises being given away, so check it out. I wish you a wonderful day, and we will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.